The very intelligent women from The View, just kidding, the very stupid women from The View that are also as good looking as they are smart, if you know, you know, they're talking about whether Republicans endorsing Kamala Harris are actually benefiting Kamala Harris's campaign. Let's get into it. They say insane stuff per usual. Anyways, thanks so much for watching Bring the Ashford. Make sure you like today's video, check out our YouTube store, subscribe, and let's get into it.
We are just one day away from the presidential debate. The latest New York Times poll has the race neck and neck. Lifelong Republican Liz Cheney says both she and her father, former VP Dick Cheney, will be voting against their party's nominee, and she has a warning for her fellow Republicans. Take a look.
Many Republicans out there who are saying, well, we're not going to vote for him, but we will write someone else in.
Right.
And I think that this time around, that's not enough, that it's important to actually cast a vote for Vice President Harris. If you look at Vice President Harris's speech, for example, at the Democratic Convention, it is a speech that Ronald Reagan could have given. It's a speech that George Bush could have given. It's very much an embrace and an understanding of the exceptional nature of this great nation. Contrast that with what we hear from Donald Trump, again, on a daily basis, that America is a failing nation, that America is a laughing stock. At the end of the day, I think it's important for people to recognize he's not a conservative.
Mm-hmm. And listen, Liz Cheney, the Cheneys, they represent everything terribly wrong with the GOP, and good riddance. We don't need you ever again.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked.
Oh, you're so funny and quirky, Whoopi, thank you.
I was shocked because, you know, they represent, to me, they are the conservative And when he said, look, I'm not going that direction, I'm not doing it, you know, I just thought to myself, oh, thank you. Thank you, because it brings us to this idea that there is a way for us all to work together. It's really possible. So will these endorsements? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, Republicans and Democrats can work together as long as they sell out their own party, just completely throw away all of their values and ideas and join forces with us. Okay. Yeah, cool.
But the question is, are these endorsements enough to get Republicans' attention?
So listen, traditionally, they say endorsements and debates don't matter, but there's nothing traditional about this election, and I think absolutely both will. The last debate changed the makeup of the race. These endorsements, we know that this election is going to come down to a handful of battleground states, you know, tens of thousands of votes in those states. If you put Liz Cheney in Pennsylvania to talk to suburban swing voters and even disillusioned Republicans, it's giving them a permission structure to say, vote for change, vote for turning the page on chaos, vote for a different direction, and you can vote Republican all down ballot.
Turning what page off of chaos? Like, Kamala would be Biden 2.0, and America has gotten so bad that even Democrats have gotten red-pilled. Like, what are you talking about?
After this race, you can go back to voting Republican if the party course corrects. That could have a major impact this election. It simply can. And I also think of former Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Jeff Duncan, looks like central casting Republican. If he goes to the swing state of Georgia that Biden won by only 11,000 votes and says, Republicans, you can be with Kamala Harris, that makes a difference. But this race is neck and neck. The reality is, it's a toss-up. Either of them could be president-elect in just 8 weeks.
Well, it's always been that way.
Yeah, we have to be realistic about it. And I would encourage the vice president, she's busy, do more interviews. Voters need to hear more from her.
Yeah, I wonder why she's not doing so many interviews. Maybe it's because every time she does, she makes a fool out of herself.
Want to know more. There's 28% of voters said they feel like they need to learn a little bit more about her and her policies. Come on The View, go on CNN, do local press. That matters.
I think they're because they've been in the middle of trying to get this
prepare for the debate.
This debate. I think they will, but I think she's in like debate mode. I think that's why we have.
And I'm happy she's in
important
debate
thing
mode.
that Liz Cheney mentioned in there, and you're seeing some Republicans come out, is this isn't just a vote against what you're hearing a lot of people say, that Trump's a unique threat to this country. They're pointing out something really important here. the Republican Party is not a conservative party right now. The conservative beliefs of taking care of your allies abroad, a lot of those beliefs were things that used to be Republican beliefs. So a lot of people are saying, if you consider yourself a conservative, a real conservative, this isn't about voting against Trump, it's voting to save the party. Because if you get one more term of Donald Trump, the way he's going in this populist direction, your party is going to extend itself further and deeper into this new rooted idea of the Vivek Ramaswamis, the DeSantises, the Trumps, and not the Cheneys, not the Bushes, not the Reagans. So if you're someone that identifies that way, but it's interesting you made that point about her getting out there, because Donald Trump is doing something that was just brought to my attention this weekend. He's on a podcast tour, like with these some pretty crazy people.
Yeah.
But the reach of these podcasts is massive. They're getting millions of hits. I saw a clip this weekend that a friend showed me. It was 20 million hits. He is hitting them all, and they are talking about what you'd expect from him. Nothing. It's just like meandering. But the important point here is that those people that are watching are mostly geared towards young people. So they're not watching CNN, Fox, The View. They're on podcasts. So whether they agree or not, because these aren't political podcasts, so this isn't like a conservative group of people, they're seeing that he cares enough to show up and be there. And I think it's having an effect somewhat with these younger people.
Especially white young men.
I have something I'd like to say to Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you.
You know that you've sold your party out and your values out if the ladies from The View are endorsing you. That rhymed. Wow. Incredible.
For putting country first. Look, it's hard. It is hard when you are a Republican, particularly when you're a Cheney, when you're with somebody who's been in politics your entire life since the womb, to do something which feels disloyal to this party that's been part of your life forever. But these are special circumstances. To me, this is not about policy. We can have all the policy differences in the world. This is about basic humanity, moral compass, and fitness to serve. And I think it's very important to hear what Dick Cheney said. He, Trump, tried to steal the last election using lies and violence to keep himself in power after the voters had rejected him. As citizens, we each, that means me, you, we each have the duty to put country over partisanship to defend our Constitution. So I think those are words. Look, there's safety in numbers. Do I think the Liz Cheney, Dick Cheney endorsement is going to win Kamala Harris the election? No. But when it's this close, every little bit counts. I lived in Florida when it was decided by a little over 500 votes. Georgia was decided by 11,000 votes the last time. So every little bit counts, and I think it offers safety and numbers to Republicans who don't want to vote for Donald Trump. No, he is a disgusting, disgusting human being, but are feeling the pull of the party.
Well, let me say this. I agree with you in terms of safety in numbers.
Yeah.
What I do think what was most important that Liz Cheney said was sitting this one out is not an option, right? You have so many people talking about, I'm not voting, I'm gonna sit on the couch, my vote doesn't count. Your vote counts because of these slim margins everywhere. And what I loved about what Liz Cheney did, and I've never been someone that says, you know, Liz Cheney is the savior of the party, but she's giving people not only permission, but that off-ramp that independents need, that young people need, that moderate Republican need. And what I also love is something that hasn't really been reported on. More than 200 Republicans who worked for George W. Bush, H.W. Bush, John McCain, Mitt Romney, they signed an open letter in August, which somehow people missed because it was over the summer, endorsing Harris over Trump. And what they said was, of course, we have plenty of honest ideological disagreements with Harris and Walz. That's to be expected. The alternative, however, is simply untenable. Put country far before party. And that's what we need. We need that off-ramp for those people that want to stay at home.
About what you just said, I saw Hillary Clinton.
Oh my gosh, I just have to cut them off there because I cannot take any more of this nonsense. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you're a Republican who's going to vote for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump, you're not really a Republican. And hey, I'm not even saying that not calling yourself a Republican is like, it's not a terrible thing, because Republicans oftentimes are not America first. They want to waste our money on foreign countries. Like, there's a lot of things that Republicans do that are not worthy of your support, like Trump with abortion and IVF and all these different things. So yes, there are valid reasons, but those are not the reasons why Liz Cheney doesn't support Trump. Liz Cheney doesn't support Trump because Trump doesn't think that we should be like funding Ukraine. Okay, he's not pro-Ukraine enough, giving our money to Ukraine. I mean, he is with Israel, though. Like, let's keep that in mind. Another valid concern with Trump. But anyways, hope you enjoyed hating on today's video with me. Yeah, see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.